Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. In case this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Leslie. I'm so glad to have you here. On my channel I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags, but I do cover a wide range of topics on here. I film unboxings, hauls, review videos. I really enjoy filming shopping vlogs as well, travel vlogs from time to time, and the occasional high street fashion video thrown into the mix. So if that sounds like your thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Anyway, so for today's video I decided to put myself out there and talk you through some of the items in my luxury collection that sadly don't really get used by me, which considering the price tags of some of them is kind of painful to think about, but I'm gonna put myself out there. And it's quite a mix actually. We do have some handbags to talk about, SLGs, jewelry items and other accessories. So yeah, let's talk through them, and maybe this video will help you if you're currently considering buying. Let's start with the first one, for instance. If you're considering buying a Neverfull GM in particular, this video might help you in deciding if you want to go for it or not. But yeah, before I ramble on any further, as I already mentioned, my Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM in the damier band canvas with, wait a sec, there we go. This is the version, like the current version that came with a pouch. At the time that I purchased this bag, I actually was able to decide whether I want to go with the new style or with the previous version that they were in the process of fading out. Basically, the inside was a little different. I think the Louis Vuitton writing on here was more intricate, and it didn't come with a pouch on the inside, which also meant that it was like $200 cheaper, but I decided to go for this one. In hindsight, I definitely could live without the interior pouch, but yeah. The pouch is not the reason why I'm not using this bag. I don't know, maybe it's too big. On the other hand, I mean, big bags are having a comeback, so I'm not quite there yet in terms of being fine with letting go of this bag. Plus, this was actually my first ever like real deal expensive luxury purchase in 2014, which means this baby is almost 10 years old, which is insane, and you wouldn't be able to tell because might also be due to the fact that I'm not using it that much. It's in excellent condition. There might be like some marks, like minor marks on the inside, but I also have a base shaper in there because I don't like the slouchy look that the Neverfull gets. In particular, like the GM, if you fill it up, depending on the wear and tear on the bag and how much you've used it, it does have a tendency to sag down here. Not as bad as the Goya Saint Louis tote, but I just wanted to prevent any sagging from happening with the base shaper. I do have a couple more bags to go through, but yeah, let's switch it up. Another Louis Vuitton piece, I'm just going to briefly talk about it because I already mentioned this pair of sunnies in the best and worst luxury purchases of 2022 video. I'm going to link to that in the description box and in the eye up here. But yeah, these are a pair of sunnies. I think they're called the La Boum sunglasses, and I mean, they are so pretty. They have this like monogram and like gold stud detail, and on the side there's a monogram as well. They are pretty, but I think it just comes down to the fact that I do have a number of sunglasses that I prefer wearing. I think I can count on one hand the amounts of time that I've worn these sunnies, which is a shame because they weren't the cheapest. I think I paid $4.90 for them, which, okay, let's not talk about that. Let me know if you're interested in purchasing them, but yeah. Item number 2. Item number 3. I think this was my first ever Chanel purchase in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. As the years went on, I realized that I'm not a brooch person. In particular, I mean, this one is quite sizable. It's just way too big for my liking. And whenever I put it on a coat, for instance, I kind of feel weird. I think it comes down to me not being a brooch person. But every time I'm thinking of selling it, something like inside me holds me back. Another Chanel brooch, but actually this video is kind of a mix. For some pieces I'm completely aware that I'm not using them and I'm completely fine with that, and with other pieces I'm like, ugh, should I be keeping it if I'm not reaching for it, because it should actually be something that is in rotation for me. This brooch falls in the first category. This is a resin brooch from the Métiers d'Art collection 2018, if I'm not mistaken, the Paris Hamburg collection, because I'm from Hamburg and Karl Lagerfeld was born pretty close to Hamburg, so yeah, the city holds a special place for me personally, and also for Karl Lagerfeld, of course, and the brand in general. And yeah, I purchased this pre-loved, but yeah, basically in new condition on Vestiaire Collectif, full aware of the fact that I'm not going to wear this brooch because it's very like massive. And yeah, I mean, even bigger than the CC brooch, and this one isn't like solid. At least you have like in between the pearls, whatever fabric you're wearing beneath it peeking through. This is like bam, in your face. Not in your face Chanel. I mean, you do have the CCs up here and then the Hamburg crest actually, and 2 lions, I think. But it's like very large and in charge. And yeah, I purchased this just for like collectors and sentimental reasons. Next off is a complete category of items, but I have to pat myself on the back because this category, or like my collection of these items that I'm about to show you, used to be a lot bigger. Not like a lot, but I definitely was able to sell a couple Twillys on, or like mitzah. I mean, this is from Dior, so Dior calls their Twillys Mitzahs, and they're a little longer. I think a while back I filmed a comparison video where I compared the Dior Mitzahs to the Hermès Twillys and the Louis Vuitton and the Chanel bandeaus. So I compared the measurements, the length, and they're also different in width. So I'm going to link to that in case you're interested, also in the description box below and in the eye up here. But yeah, I do have 1 Dior Mitzah and 3 Hermès Twillys, and yeah, this hanger thing is from Amazon, super helpful. I don't know, I came to the realization that I'm not a Twilly person. Also, in saying that, I mean, out of my collection, the only bag, there we go. The only bag that I do enjoy wearing a Twilly on is my Pochette Clés from Louis Vuitton. And yeah, it goes with all of these. Maybe not so much the Dior one, but all the other 3. The first one I purchased is this one right here, and I purchased it shortly after I bought my Pochette Clés. And yeah, I just thought the colors went so well. I mean, not your typical colors that you would imagine pairing with Louis Vuitton monogram canvas, but it just works for some reason. The thing is, realistically, I mean, I could let go of this one because this one isn't getting used at all. And these 2, I think I've heard that like solid color or like neutral colored Twillys are pretty rare, or like aren't like super common when it comes to Hermès. And if someday down the line I might actually get a Kelly or a Birkin, I think these will, serve me well. And for that very reason, I think I'm not going to let go of these 2 either. This one, as I said, is going to stay anyway. And this one, I think there's no point in trying to sell it even, unless I'm willing to take like a 50% loss. So yeah, there's that, my Twilly and mitzah collection. As I mentioned, I used to have a lot more Twillys. I think I had a like dark blue purpley one that I sold, and I also used to have 2 or 3 actually Louis Vuitton bandeaus. They have 2 different types. I used to have the very wide and like square ones where the ends aren't like tilted but like square. Wasn't using them and shouldn't have bought them in the first place, but anyway, I think my collection as is going to stay that way. But I'm for sure, mark my words and hold me accountable please, not going to add to my Twilly and mitzah collection anytime soon. Next off, I almost forgot to mention them, are actually the earrings that I'm wearing. Very statement and very expensive, especially because I purchased them in San Francisco. Let's not talk about that, but yeah, these are the infamous Chanel earrings. Purchasing something on vacation or like in general with a like sentimental attachment to them isn't the smartest idea, because now for some reason I can't let go of these, although I'm not wearing them at all, because with having to wear masks and stuff, these are a disaster waiting to happen, because you get like the mask get tangled in there, and I don't have like that many special occasions where I would feel comfortable wearing these huge branded Chanel earrings. But because I purchased them in San Francisco while I was spending 3 months there and for work and stuff, these are like so attached to the time I spent in San Francisco that I can't seem to let go of these. But yeah, anyway, as I mentioned, there are a couple more bags. I do have 2 Balenciaga pieces. This one is the Balenciaga City in Ultraviolet, and I got it at a pretty good price on reseller Luxury Helsinki. They're also on Instagram, and looking at this color and like the gaudy combination with the very yellow gold hardware just makes me so happy. But we all know what went down with Balenciaga. I mean, the whole debacle with the brand is pretty recent, but long before that, I can't remember the last time I actually wore this bag. But especially in this current climate, there's no point in me trying to sell this one, so it's going to stay in my collection. But for the time being, I don't think I will be wearing this bag. Next off are two SLGs, and these may come as a surprise because they're actually really classic items. Number one being my Pochette Clés from Louis Vuitton in the damier band canvas. This has never seen the light of day. It's kind of, again, similar to the like Hamburg Chanel brooch. I'm fully aware and I'm perfectly fine with this not getting used because it's basically kind of a backup. I'm using my Pochette Clés in the monogram canvas on a day-to-day basis, and this is basically my backup if at some point my monogram canvas Pochette Clés is on its last leg, and for the time being it's not getting used, but I'm perfectly fine with that and I'm gonna keep it in pristine condition, and once I'm ready to switch into it, I won't have to repurchase the Pochette Clés at who knows what price it will be at by then, but I do have one waiting for me basically. And the second SLG, again, may come as a surprise because it's a very popular item and highly coveted, is my Chanel zippy coin purse. It's a small wallet essentially in caviar leather with gold hardware. Inside has like, oops, authenticity card, 3 compartments, and I think I can count not on one hand but on 2 hands the amounts of time I've used this wallet, which is quite a shame because I've had this for like 3 years minimum, more like 4 years actually. And I think this particular style isn't produced anymore. The newish style is A, more expensive, and B, has like a slip compartment outside of the zipper compartment on the back of the wallet. I don't know, I can't really describe, or like I don't know why I don't reach for this one. It's just, I think, a matter of like laziness, because I have my Pochette Clés and whatever card holder I'm currently using, and that's my wallet situation done and sorted. And I don't really like switching in and out of wallets and like rotating through them. I don't know, I don't want to sell it because if someday down the line I will be like, oh, actually I could definitely use a Chanel wallet, by then this size will I guess be like 800 bucks or something like that. And 2 more items. First one being this baby right here. This is a tods bag. I think this particular style is called the D bag, if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't able to find this particular smooth leather version on the tods website, but they have like a peppered leather version in this. And with this one, I think it just comes down to the color not being like me. And out of all the items that I showed in today's video, apart from the LV Sunnies, this piece is definitely one that I've detached myself from and decided to sell this one. And the last item in this video is another silk piece, but not a twilly. It's a, hope you're able to see it, it's a square scarf. Hope you got an idea. So this is by Patek Philippe, which I'm not a Patek Philippe client at all, and I don't think I will ever be. But yeah, this is an item that I purchased pre-love, but like in new, excellent, never been worn condition on Vestiaire Collective. Chances are this piece has been like a gift with purchase or like client appreciation gift. I don't think you're able to purchase silk scarves, yeah, directly from Patek Philippe. It's most likely been like a gift from a client advisor. But still, high quality for sure, and yeah, in excellent condition because it's never been worn, neither by the seller nor by me, sadly. The thing is, I do have something planned with this piece, but in saying that, I've had that planned for well over a year, and that is I want to frame it, or like I want to get it framed. But I'm not that much of a fan of any like framing techniques that involve permanent damage to the silk scarf. I still want to keep myself the option of being like, okay, I'm done with having it hung on a wall, framed. I'm going to take it down and actually wear it. And if it's like glued to the frame or like pinned down so there will be holes all around the edges of the scarf, I'm not a fan of that. So if you know any like framing techniques that don't involve permanent damage to silk scarves, definitely share your experience and how you did it in the comments below. I would really appreciate yeah, your insight, and maybe 2023 will actually be the year that I will be able to frame my Patek Philippe scarf. Anyway, so that does it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Maybe this gave you some like pointers in terms of, okay, maybe that's something I should think about before I end up purchasing X, Y, and Z item. But at the very least, I hope I gave you some light entertainment. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. And also consider subscribing if you haven't already. I upload every Wednesday and I would love to have you back. Bye.